Jackie Dean.
Mr. Speaker, in my contribution to the New Zealand-Hong Kong-China Close Economic Partnership Agreement, I speak strongly in favour of this bill, and I was interested in the contribution of the Leader of the Green Party, and I just think it's a shame that the permanent member on the Foreign Affairs Committee hadn't had the opportunity to speak on this, because at least he had gone through the select committee process and scrutinised the bill along with the Labour and National members on the committee. And while I accept that he will not vote in favour of this bill, at least he had taken the time, unlike the Leader of the Greens, to scrutinise the bill and its impacts on New Zealand. And rather than playing the blame game about who first started the process of this bill and which minister it was who started the negotiation and which was the one who signed it, apart from congratulating the Honourable Tim Grosser for actually signing the deal, I want to focus on the benefits for New Zealand, but particularly for the benefits for the agricultural sector. And I want to zero right down into a paddock in, say, central Otago. I want to zero right down into that paddock of lambs that are being born. Well, it's a bit early for central Otago. Maybe I better go somewhere else in New Zealand. Why don't I go up into the North Island where we now see lambs being born in the Bay of Plenty, and we know that in a little over a year a good proportion of those lambs will be on their way to Hong Kong, courtesy of the endeavours of the farmer and the processing and the marketing industry in New Zealand, and on their way to the wet markets and supermarkets of Hong Kong. Now, New Zealand lamb and New Zealand sheep meat is highly valued up in Hong Kong. We probably could supply more, but with the flock numbers falling, unfortunately, we seem to have a bit of a crisis in the sheep meat industry in New Zealand. Things like this free trade agreement can only do benefit to the health of the New Zealand agricultural sector. So for that reason, for those paddocks in the North Island and central Otago, for those farmers, for that industry, I believe that this closer economic agreement, the partnership agreement with Hong Kong and with China, can only bring benefit to New Zealand. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The